The economic calendar for today and tomorrow shows that we have Fed Chairman Powell testifying at 10 o'clock both days, today and on Wednesday, which, in my opinion, you should not be trying to speculate this morning. No one has any idea. I don't have an idea that is high probability, that is low risk. When the Fed is involved, all things go out the window, my concepts included. Okay, because it's manual intervention, that means they're going to do whatever they're going to do, period. It is not a lack of liquidity, as sometimes people will say. It is absolutely controlled demolition. Okay, so because of that, I tell my students, and if you're listening, you're a student, whether you like it or not, that is a time when you want to sit on your hands and do nothing. Be content with not knowing and give yourself permission. I don't know what they're going to do this morning. I have no bias. I hold no bias. You shouldn't have a bias this morning either. What you're doing is looking to see how the testimony that the Fed chairman gives during the 10 o'clock hour and what they leave in the wake of that, meaning what the market leaves in terms of liquidity and what the market leaves in terms of inefficiency, because they're the only two factors that the market is considering. It's either going to go up for buy stops or reprice to an inefficiency like a fair value gap that will be above price, or it's going to go down below an old low or lows for sell side liquidity, or go lower to an inefficiency like a fair value gap below market price. So what you're doing is you're going to be observing this morning the effects of what the Fed chairman can do. He's not pushing price around. That's not what's actually happening here. And again, it's not a lack of liquidity because he's talking. The market is just going through a series of manual interventions where they're going to run to levels that may or may not be expected by you. And every time that I've ever done this, trading during these periods, I've never felt comfortable. Even if I was right, I did not feel comfortable. Whereas any other time, I'm not influenced by whatever the market's doing. I'm not scared of it. I'm not afraid. I'm not clueless, lost in the charts. I know what I'm looking for. But because there's manual intervention when Fed is involved, that means everything and all the rules go out the window for that period of time. Once that testimony is done, a couple minutes, maybe 15 minutes after that, the lay of the land, whatever the chart shows after that, that's what I utilize for the PM session. So speculation in the morning session really is just a gamble. And if you win, it would be foolish for you to attribute that as skill, and some do, and to speculate during this time period and willingly open yourself up to risk when you have no idea what it's going to do. You have no idea where they're going to take it. You have no idea how they're going to do it. I don't know what profile they would be using today. It means like a schematic or a roadmap, what they would run for, which is how I use narrative. Like when I look at price action, I'm outlining things to you like yesterday. The idea of how markets book, where they go, why they go this level first, then that level second, that's all narrative. And I don't have a way of knowing the influence when the Fed steps in. So to respect that risk and also to communicate that to you as a student, it's important for you to know that you should not think that you should know what to do this morning. To do so, to believe that, is foolish. You're literally gambling. That's the definition of gambling, because you don't know what the market's going to do this morning. Whereas any other time, I have a pretty good inclination about where markets are going to go. And I think I've proven it so far for a number of years now.